haven't met anyone else who has it. First of all, karibu sana.
Asante sana. Thanks for having me on Prime Time.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Let's first begin. First of all, how did you get to know that you have this gift?
Every time I'm asked that, I really reflect back because it began with me way earlier. And it's a prophetic gift that I've grown with. And that means that it's a God-ordained gift.
Okay.
I realized this way later. But in the first, let me say the genesis part of the gift, it was more of interacting with people, counseling. But it really, through my spiritual mentors, I was able to identify it as a prophetic gift.
Okay.
So it was not learned in school. However, I normally constantly say that school played a part in enhancing the God-given gift.
Okay.
So that's how it began.
So we are talking about this gift. We haven't even elaborated what it is. Mark, you write, you tell people's personality through their handwriting.
Correct.
Just explain further.
First and foremost, about the statistic is pretty high because over 98% of people are nervous about their true potential.
Okay.
That's a huge statistic, Diana.
That's
That means,
98%.
yes, it means that we either have people trapped in areas that they do not know if they're gifted at.
Exactly.
So therefore, there's great need then to identify how people are gifted.
Yeah.
The other statistic in relation to the question you asked me is that we have over 90% of learning institutions that do not teach body language in relation to your career. Again, this is a scary figure. Therefore, I'm able to identify your area of excellence through the handwriting, through the way you walk and talk.
The way you sit, apparently.
Absolutely, even the way you sit.
Yeah.
And also top 5 colors. So our viewers today can send in their handwriting as well.
Okay.
We'll do this live.
We'll do some demos.
Sure.
Also, eating habits.
Also eating habits. Now, this is also part of identifying your area of excellence. Surprisingly, we have what we call business meal interviews. The reason I'm bringing this to our viewers tonight is we are so conditioned to traditional types of interviews where you either sit before a panel and explain yourself and validate yourself before them, basically.
Like you need to.
Yes. Therefore, business meal interviews are very crucial. In fact, when you're called for a business meal interview, this is not just about appreciating you. They are there to study an ingredient about you and how you approach life. Therefore, that's why we really talk about eating habits.
Okay.
So when the company...
So they look at what you order first, or...
It's about, supposing this is a buffet, and we have these types of eaters. Actually, we have the adventurous eater, we have the isolationist eater, which I'll be explaining, and we also have fast-paced eaters. So chances are high, if this is in a buffet setup, the fast eater will really not even sample to know what is there and what is being offered. They'll begin from the point A with what they see. So they feed strongly from the eye first. So they can really plod a lot on the plate.
So what does that say about that person?
Now, because they're a fast eater, chances are very high that is how they approach life. So they may miss the crucial details. They may miss the crucial details. So these are the kind of people that they can even be very fast-paced, very aggressive, very curious, but again, they miss the crucial details. So again, if the company or the employer really is looking for a position where details matter, then again, that falls short. So again, the slow eater will approach this very differently. They have put on the plate what they desire, but again, they eat slowly. So they begin with the favorite part of the meal. The favorite part of the meal. So again, and they may leave everything because again, they are, let's say, less psyched. So again, to the employer's eyes, they see someone who has low enthusiasm. Therefore, you begin with passion and then slow down.
What if this person has, say, low enthusiasm, but is really good at a certain skill? Like, how does that connect?
Now, that's an interesting question. Now, in careers where creativity is really embraced, they can excel in that. However, where in positions where you need to excel when there are emergency cases, again, you flop. So there are varied ways in which, remember these meal interviews, how you walk, how you talk as well. The isolationist, again, This type of it is very interesting, and hence the name isolationist, because they will survey everything in the buffet and then know what to begin with and end with.
Okay.
Therefore, basically we are saying they are attentive to details. Therefore, if the employer is looking for a position where details matter, he or she will mostly likely pick the isolationist, perhaps followed by the fast eater, and then eventually the slow eater.
Okay. You mentioned something about body language.
Yes.
Is it to say that nowadays you can't really rely on your body language, or, you know, when you're, say, interviewing someone?
Sure.
Yeah.
Because, again, body language is not one of the most reliable resources. Why? Because there are careers that one is conditioned to act in a certain way.
Yeah.
Therefore, they have really had a very aggressive, let me say, a very enhanced kind of course for their facial expressions.
Okay.
Therefore, we have really a statue-like based person. Therefore, we can really not rely on that.
Yeah.
Suppose this is like you're in an airplane and in the cockpit and the pilot perhaps is saying we are flying low and there's a crisis.
Yes.
They are trained to lower their voice and assure everybody that everything is okay.
Yeah.
Hence, but there's an issue at hand. And these are the things, let's suppose even in a banker, these are careers in which body language is conditioned. Therefore, that's why we are relying with handwriting, because it's one of the most reliable, greater personal resources about you.
Okay.
Yes.
And when you say about handwriting, what exactly do you look at?
That's good.
Is it spacing? Is it the sizing? Is it what? The
slant?
Yeah, the slant, exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, there are about 23 characteristics, Diana, in handwriting. Everything to do with how the size of the letter is it slanting towards the right, to the left? All these are aspects and attributes that are so crucial to your becoming. Now, I say to your becoming because all this can be, actually it's trapped on paper. Let me say everything about an individual is trapped on paper. We're talking about the learning style, the work style, the leadership style. All this is trapped on paper. Therefore, the size of the handwriting matters.
It does.
It does. Everything matters, whether you like it.
I have like two different handwritings?
That again,
it
does prove something. It does prove how dynamic and adaptable you are.
Yeah.
Therefore, you are likely more swayed with mood.
Yeah.
If you feel I'm not really in the mood of writing, then what's going to happen? I will really use this type of handwriting. If I'm in a pressured environment, I'll write in a fast-paced manner.
Yes, yes.
Therefore, there are those that are consistent. There are those that change together depending on the mood.
Yeah.
So there are about 23. Would you imagine 23 characteristics about the handwriting?
Okay.
Yeah.
and does it say anything about personality and character? Are they the same? Would you say it's the same?
I would say they are the same.
Yeah.
However, they are correlated.
Okay.
And in most cases, it's good to separate behavior and the character of the individual.
Yeah.
Because again, one relies on the other. And one is what people see. And the other is what the society expects. For instance, there's identity, that's who you are. And there's also expectations, how the society views you as.
Yeah.
Therefore, the reason why we are pointing out on personality, we are working on you.
Okay.
Not necessarily what the standard the society expects about you, necessarily.
Yeah.
Because in most cases, that's why we are having a lot of pressure, because people are caged in areas that they cannot excel in.
Yeah.
Everybody expects it, but it's not them.
Okay.
So that's why it points out to about 20. Could you imagine this? And this is for our viewers. Every day you deliver about 75% of who you are through the way you walk and talk. Through how 75%. That's a huge statistic.
Yeah.
Question is, what are you doing about it?
Yes.
And is there a need to know about it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there someone you've ever, like, they give you their handwriting, or just by the way they sat or walked, and you told them this is the kind of person they are, and they were like, no, that's not my personality?
True.
Yeah, do you get that?
I've ever experienced that. However, on most cases, people are so much ingrained with what they've known all along.
Yes.
They are not willing to stretch out in areas or aspects they never thought they could excel in. So I expect the first contact with this person to be denial. you're not accurate. I think that's not true about me.
Yeah, true.
However, I also engage them and let them know, I know you're accustomed to this.
Yeah.
But I'm also revealing something that you've never given attention to.
Yes.
Therefore, I expect the first to be denial.
Yeah.
However, on most cases, I've experienced that. But later on, I've had them come back again and go like, I think I was not exposed to this side about me. Perhaps I needed time.
Have you connected this to relationships?
I have.
Can you tell us a bit about that briefly before we wrap up?
It has exposed me to be with individuals either who are dating or are courting or are in marriage. A reason being because when I touch about 75%, we are talking about the dating style of this personality.
Yeah.
Suppose an isolationist guy is dating a slow eater lady. How is this dating gonna be like?
Yeah.
One samples everything, samples the menu, samples, I mean, each and everything. And the other is actually slow paced. Therefore, they take their time.
Yeah.
They are adventurous. They order so much, but eat little. The guy is going to come out there a little bit frustrated.
Yes.
It may look normal, but it's not. However, there are a couple of things revealing about the individual.
Yeah.
Through the slow-paced meal, perhaps she takes time to digest information. Perhaps she needs to be sure before she makes the next step. So yes, it has exposed me to talk about dating, and people have met me.
Yeah.
I mean, I need to know about myself. Are there things I need to know? Do I have trust issues? How's my approach? Am I too strong? Can I handle and know and wait? And for how long? Am I in a treadmill relationship? And by treadmill, I mean you're on the spot.
Yes.
You're not getting a clear answer.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to save out guys here, and also ladies as well, to get to know and validate their relationship, just to make sure at least you're jogging and not in a treadmill.
True,
Yeah.
very true. All right, now as we wrap up, final comments, on someone who'd really want to know themselves more than they actually do. What would you have to say?
I would love to say, get in touch with me in Facebook.
Yeah.
That's Mark Mbugua.
Okay.
Instagram, Mark_Mbugua. Take a snap of your handwriting, send it over to me. Let me let you know more about you.
Yeah.
Yeah.